Right there.
Right. Okay. Welcome to the stream. I see SL Dino over in the chat. We've got Suraka Hero in the call. And this is going to be a shorter stream because I don't want to get too much involved in this because I want to go to bed. I caught up on sleep this morning and I want to keep it going while I have a chance. But I actually did do a lot of work figuring things out in RPG Maker off screen. Most of this first area is more or less implemented now. There's just one or two other things I need to finish, which I think I'll show you guys what I have so far, and then I will work on those couple things that I wanted to finish, and that'll probably be the entirety of the stream. So, I added some music also, music and sound effects. Well, you guys will see. If it'll let me grab the window and bring it over here, maybe. Where is it? All right.
There's a lot of really cool stuff that you did right now.
Okay, also, still the title music. I don't know how to change the title music volume because I tried to have everything else at a lower volume. Actually, though, I think when I have the headphones on, the music still sounds loud. So we'll see. So I have this here. I finally got this cutscene thing to work. So over here, you go in here, it triggers. I got her to walk over. I finally figured it out. I can't remember how I figured it out, but I did figure it out. So then, and I added a little graphic over here. I don't think XP lets you, put in the dialogue artwork over here. So, but I just have it over here, makeshift. I don't know if I'll keep that or not for important characters, but I have it here for now. So she says, "Who are you? How did you get here?" This is a long opening dialogue, by the way. "Are you human? You have a bluish tint to your skin," which I haven't figured out how to do that yet. "Not that I have never seen a blue being before, but it looks like light passes right through you. Also, I had just come out of that tent, and you appeared behind me without warning." Let me lower the music a little bit. Alright. "Could you be a ghost? You look just like the ghost that's described in this old song you see. Oh, perhaps I should introduce myself. I'm Calica, a traveling bard who shares her music and knowledge of nature with the peaceful inhabitants of Forbits." I think that's how you'd say it. Anyway, yeah, this is the Mimi character in the game. "What's Forbits, you ask? I guess you're not from around here then. Forbits is the name of this kingdom, or at least it has been since the glacial curse took hold about 50 years ago. Before that, it was known as Emog." Then you react, and she says, "Huh? You say that Emog is your home? But that means you would have to have been..." I was confused when I was writing that. "That means you would have to have been alive over 50 years ago, and you do not look that old. Wait, let me go back to that song I was talking about earlier, and yes, I wrote not really a song, but a poem. It's an old song that was passed down in my family, and it turns out it also foretold the events that brought about the glacial curse." I thought of this in 5 minutes, so if it's bad, I'm sorry. "Two wielders of ice, master and apprentice, shall deal to the land a perilous sentence. When their powers do clash, only one shall remain, whilst the other, whose earthly form cannot retain, will be sealed far beneath as the land faces doom, only summoned when hearing the divinatory tune. But return to full earthly form will not be woken until the three keys are found and the curse broken." The Master of Ice in that song represents the Monarch, and the Monarch is my working title for the villain. I don't know what else to call him right now. "The one who came to power in this kingdom when the glacial curse took hold. So could you be the apprentice in the song, the one who comes back in a ghostly form?" "Wait, that's it! Last night I was taking a stroll around the village when I came across a wide open field to the northeast. There was nothing but a few lovely yellow flowers, beautiful specimens that you don't see too often in the kingdom anymore. I sat there for a while and sang a few songs, including the song I just told you about. What if you've been sealed away for 50 years and that song woke you up? I guess that is a lot for you to take in if it's true, huh? Why don't you go for a stroll around the village? Maybe clearing your head will help you figure out what you need to do. There aren't many people living here anymore, but on the bright side, it makes this the perfect place for some quiet relaxation. Also, hello, Chronopod." So yeah, I got that. There's one punctuation change I want to make, and then I have it set so that she says her last two lines if you talk to her again in the meantime. So, first, this thing that gave me the most trouble, I forget how I even fixed it. But if we try to leave, we run into the merchant. Or I guess he's called the trader. Hold on there, curious blue being. There might not be much to this old village, but it's safe and mostly free of the monarch's interference. Once you enter this forest, you could face all sorts of danger. If you had some way to defend yourself, maybe you would have a chance. And as you can see, he and the goat are blocking the way because these little shrub things we can't walk past. And then we have Billy the goat.
Bah.
He says bah. He thinks you look suspicious. So we can't go this way yet, so that's to block you from being able to enter the forest too soon. And then we have this little area. This area is kind of empty, but we can talk to this old guy. Now listen here, youngster. My eyes aren't as good as they used to be, but I know an outsider when I see one. This area used to hold a bustling village. Little village, before the glacial curse came upon the kingdom. Our village is far from the origin point of the curse, and so we were spared from the worst of its effects. Even so, people still fled to escape the curse altogether. Our village stands at the kingdom's border, so it was relatively easy to flee before the monarch could extend his rule all the way out here. So basically there's like one family that lives here. And there's the old woman. This plot of land appeared... Oh, did I put 2 spaces? Yeah, I need to do some punctuation and grammatical fixes. This plot of land appeared around the same time as the glacial curse took hold. It appears to be a burial ground of some sort. However, there seems to be no way to know what lies underneath. Perhaps it is sealed with a curse that only one with a magical aura can pass through, and that's our little hint. But first we're going to talk to this girl here. My grandparents were alive when the glacial curse first appeared in our kingdom. They were not able to flee because they had no way to defend themselves against the threats that they would have faced in the outside world. My parents grew up to become researchers and sought to investigate a way to break the curse. But the monarch discovered what they were up to, and we haven't heard from my parents since. Dun dun dun. So anyway, we're gonna go over here. I got made the transition animation a little bit better. We've got cave music. I want to decorate this a little bit more, maybe. But, check it out.
You know, if I was the one who actually made this village, I would have put at least somebody or at least a couple people in there. And it's like, ghost.
Yeah, we could throw a couple extras in there. We'll
like
see.
This, like straight up vulgar. Ghost.
Okay, so we received the bronze rod and the cotton robe. Oh yeah, and we get a little message. You hear a voice, soft as a whisper. I'm not strong enough to overcome his power. Oh, his power. Yeah, I need to fix that too. This last bit I did like late at night, so... But maybe I can weaken it. If I sacrifice all of my magic, I can contain some of his. Then, maybe someone will be able to finish what I started. The voice sounded like your own. Perhaps it was some sort of memory? Dun dun dun! But, okay, so we can go in here and equip ourselves with this weapon and with this robe. Okay, so now that we have the weapon and the robe, the bronze rod and cotton robe, things will change a little bit, but also we can read this sign. I mean, we could have read this sign before, but there's a little glitch that goes on, a graphical glitch when we click on it. I don't know how to stop that, but oh well. It has a note on it. This formation appeared as a result of the glacial curse. It appears to represent a symbol of some sort, but it is unknown what it could signify. And this is supposed to be the mom and dad of the girl over there. And
I think, like, I'm not very smart here, but I think this is like signaling a square.
Probably.
You have the arrow marks looking at it, and then you have these 2 things that's like keeping it in place.
But anyway, my idea is to have the parents having left these notes on these signposts at different points throughout the game that give you some kind of more information about the curse or about the lore. Anyway, when we go over here, or when we enter from any side really, we go over this way, and Calic asks us how to go, and then we warp over to her. And then there's supposed to be dialogue here. I didn't finish the dialogue part over here. So that's the thing I need to add. And then finally, we go over here and head over to the forest. Well, we can talk to this guy now. We should talk to him, even though he's not blocking her anymore, because he says, "We meet again, Blue One. I see you've got yourself a weapon and some protective garb. I still think you'll be in over your head if you leave this village, but who am I to stand in the way of a young adventurer? I'm a merchant by trade, so let me give you a little something to help you out." And we get 5 potions. So the idea is to have him appear at different places around where you can buy stuff. Good luck, my unusual friend. Maybe we'll meet again out there in the wilds of Forbits. And then Billy says something different too. Billy seems to want to chew on your robe. Okay, and
Billy is very angry that he cannot chew on your robe.
yeah. And you can see that we have a potion here. Okay, and so then the next thing would be to go over here, and when we cross over here, Calica would join our party, and then we'd be able to set off into the forest. So the dialogue with Calica over there, and then her joining the party at the end and being able to go into the forest, those are the last two things I want to implement for this section. First, let me do these little grammatical punctuation fixes that I wanted to do.
And then, like, once you actually enter the forest, you could just have, like, a little tutorial that Calico would, like, give you when, like, when you get into a battle.
Yeah, I mean, basically, she could give you tips throughout.
Yeah, yeah.
Alright, so that's fixed there. And the... which one was it? Oh, it was in the cave. The dialogue in the cave. Alright, so now I can play some other music in the background. Alright, where was the his power? I have to fix that. Okay, done. Alright, now I have to finish her dialogue. So what else would she say? So she'd have to say...
Ooh, what you say?
Exactly. Alright, da-da-da-da-da.
You think we should, like, make her mention that she actually went to, like, you actually went to that ice cave?
Yeah, well, that's basically what we'd have to talk about, how you went into the cave and you heard a memory, and then basically it sets you out on your quest. Alright, let's see.
Like, what? You were in there? Lucky.
Okay, da-da-da-da-da-da. Let's get some text. Alright, let's type this out.
Making a game on RPG Maker themes like a lot of work. And
I
then,
guess.
like,
I mean, it is.
how long do you plan to make the game, anyways?
I don't know, just enough to fill all the areas that we built.
Alright. Like, what's like the... Actually, you know what? This game actually has a lot of stuff going for it right now. It's gonna be doing good. You hear the voice? Like this could be torture for like somebody that's like thinking of stuff, like just thinking of stuff that for people to say.
Yeah.
Like I can barely figure out a name that I want to give my Pokemon. Do you think I'm gonna figure out what I want people to say in a video game? It's like just like earlier today, I was replaying through Pokemon Resurgence, and you know that custom move that you can get.
Uh huh.
I was sitting there for like 2 hours thinking of what to call it. I ended up doing something dumb. Since it didn't really matter anyways, but I've been playing the game for a friend now, and I didn't want to look. I don't want to look like I didn't know how to name stuff.
Uh huh.
And I don't think she knows that I know how to name stuff yet. I named a freaking ponytail unicorn.
No problem, Dino. Just glad to have you there in the chat. Oh, so I
I'm starting to consider picking up a new job at a GameStop, or at
Ooh,
least one near me, anyways.
nice, nice.
Yeah, and I actually became like fairly good friends with one of the people behind the counter.
Mm-hmm.
Because why wouldn't you? Like everybody that works like himself is like super friendly. All they want to do is play and talk about video games, and they're
Uh-huh.
there. And he has a lot of the same interests that I do in video games.
Nice.
Yeah. A lot of Square Enix games. I appreciate that. Second, I said what games I played, he was already on. Like, oh, dude, I love that. Like, oh my god, we're friends now. Like, say no more, fam. Hey. I don't know what he did, but he convinced me to buy stuff. I'm kind of interested to try out this game that he recommended me. It's Octopath Traveler.
Oh yeah, I've heard of that.
Yeah, he recommended it to me. He said it was new, and I'm like, oh, I do like new stuff. And I saw that Bravely Default was selling for a lot less than it was before on initial release. These used to sell for like 40, $50 each,
Mm.
but now they dropped down to like 25, $20. So I was like, hey, you guys are like doing two of my favorite games of all times dirty. So I went ahead and just rebought them because like there's just sometimes no, you have to replay them because you forgot the story. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and do my application tomorrow because when I got home, I totally forgot to do so today.
I see, I see.
Yeah. And I feel like a lot of people don't even know how to get the job they want rather easily. Because it's actually a lot more simple than I would have ever imagined. Excuse me. This is like probably the most hardest part of any game making. Just like making all the text.
Yeah. Because, like, I have the gist of what needs to be said, but trying to word it properly takes some thought.
Hmm. Ooh, excuse me. Thinking, bonking. Like, clearly the conversation that she's having with you has to result in her actually going with you.
Yeah. Nitra! And thank you, Chronopod, for the Tier 1 subscription. 4 months.
Like, I'm just trying to figure out how to direct it in a way where it'd be like, maybe if I go with you, I'll figure out why these things haven't happened.
It's me more like
No?
you need a guide because she's a bard, so she travels all around the kingdom and knows things. And also, she might know more than she's saying. Nitra, thank you for the 1 bit.
Just imagine her singing is just basically la 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 la. La 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 la. Well, you know what? One of my personal favorites. Whenever you, I think Daisy has the same taunt to Smash, and when you taunt as Daisy, one of the direction controls is like la 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 la.
Yeah. Whoa, thank you for the 35, does it say? 35 bits.
Ayy.
Nitra.
Ayy. I'm slowly getting more games for my Nintendo Switch. It makes me happy.
Hooray.
You know, I was talking to my new friend at GameStop.
Mm-hmm.
I was telling him that I would have totally bought Pokemon Let's Go Eevee or Pikachu, but then I told him since the direct happened, I'm like, I told myself not to buy them. I can just buy Sun and Moon instead.
Mm-hmm.
And he actually kind of agreed with me because like we all know that LG Pikachu Eevee is like a lot different than the usual Pokemon game.
Yeah.
Since it's basically Pokemon Go, except you get to sit down on your couch while you play it. And play Day 1 Pokemon Go all over again.
Can someone describe everything that's happened so far map-wise? Well, I don't know if I don't remember if you were there 2 streams ago where I basically laid out all of the map, but I've basically programmed most of what goes on in the plains area, which is the southeasternmost part of the map.
So you're starting out in like the lowest southeastern corner, and then you
Mm-hmm.
work your way up.
Yeah.
Huh. Oh, you know what you should do? You should like add in the world maps just so people will know where they are.
Yeah, I'm gonna implement that, I think, at some point. But I need art to be done of the map.
Mm-hmm. And then let's not forget a way of some way of fast travel in case we would ever need to come back here in like these older areas for whatever reason.
Maybe one of the spells can teleport you to older areas.
Yeah,
Could even be the first one.
but actually, you know what? I think the spell's ability should just be like make any one attack miss or avoid, like a
Yeah.
clairvoyance kind of thing. Just like teleport the attack somewhere else. Like you thought you were gonna hit me with a laser, but I teleported the laser somewhere else. But it'll have to be like have a cooldown time on it, otherwise it'd be too broken not to have any cooldown on it. You could just initially never take any damage just by using it all the time. Either give it a ginormous amount of PP to use or whatever kind of battle point system you're going to be putting in, or just make it a traveling spell only. Because like, actually no, using it once or twice in battle shouldn't really mean much. Just as long as they're not able to use it every single turn, that'd be too easy.
Alright, so... Okay, cool. I can select multiple things at once. Alright, apply. Mimi! Yes, that was intentional. This is the Mimi character. Okay, so that should be taken care of now, but let's go back through the game, and, for Nitra and Mimi, who didn't get to see it before, hopefully that new stuff, hopefully the new stuff got implemented correctly, but we'll find out. Yeah, Mimi, actually thank Tyrant, because he's the one who, suggested it as one of the names. Alright, so we walk through here. Here she comes. Who are you? How did you get here? ... Are you human? You have a bluish tint to your skin. Not that I've never seen a blue being before, but it looks like light passes right through you. Also, I had just come out of that tent and you appeared behind me without warning. Could you be a ghost? You look just like the ghost that's described in this old song, you see. Oh, perhaps I should introduce myself. I'm Calica, a traveling bard who shares her music and knowledge of nature with the peaceful inhabitants of Forbits. What's Forbits, you ask? I guess you're not from around here, then. Forbits is the name of this kingdom, or at least it has been since the glacial curse took hold about 50 years ago. Before that, it was known as Emog. Huh? You say that Emog is your home? But that means you would have had... I always mess up that line. That means you would have to have been alive over 50 years ago, and you do not look that old. Wait, let me go back to that song I was talking about earlier. It's an old song that was passed down in my family, and it turns out it also foretold the events that brought about the glacial curse. 2 wielders of ice, master and apprentice, shall deal to the land a perilous sentence. When their powers do clash, only one shall remain, whilst the other, whose earthly form cannot retain, will be sealed far beneath as the land faces doom, only summoned when hearing the divinatory tune. But to return to full earthly form will not be woken until the 3 keys are found and the curse broken. The Master of Ice in that song represents the monarch, the one who came to power in this kingdom when the glacial curse took hold. So could you be the apprentice in the song, the one who comes back in a ghostly form? Wait, that's it! Last night I was taking a stroll and found the village when I came across... around the village, when I came across a wide open field to the northeast. There was nothing but a few lovely yellow flowers, beautiful specimens that you don't see too often in the kingdom anymore. I sat there for a while and sang a few songs, including that song I just told you about. What if you've been sealed away for 50 years and that song woke you up? I guess that is a lot for you to take in if it's true, huh? Why don't you go for a stroll around the village? Maybe clearing your head will help you figure out what you need to do. There aren't many people living here anymore, but on the bright side, it makes this the perfect place for some quiet relaxation. And she says those last 2 lines again if you talk to her. So first thing I'm going to do is show you where the next area is blocked off. We have the trader and his goat. Hold on there, curious blue being! There might not be much to this old village, but it's safe and mostly free of the monarch's interference. Once you enter this forest, you could face all sorts of danger. If you had some way to defend yourself, maybe you would have a chance. And then Billy the goat. Billy thinks you look suspicious. So we need to go around and walk around the village. Talk to this old man. Now listen here, youngster. My eyes aren't as good as they used to be, but I know an outsider when I see one. This area used to hold a bustling little village before the glacial curse came upon the kingdom. Our village is far from the origin point of the curse, and so we were spared from the worst of its effects. Even so, people still fled to escape the curse altogether. Our village stands at the kingdom's border, so it was relatively easy to flee before the monarch could extend his rule all the way out here. And that's it. Alright, so now over here we have the old lady. This plot... Oh, I didn't fix her thing. I have to fix her thing. Remind me. I have to fix the space between plot and of. Of land appeared around the same time as the glacial curse took hold. It appears to be a burial ground of some sort. However, there seems to be no way to know what lies underneath. Perhaps it is sealed with a curse that only one with a magical aura can pass through. And we'll get to that. My grandparents were alive when the glacial curse first appeared in our kingdom. They were not able to flee because they had no way to defend themselves against the threats that they would have faced in the outside world. My parents grew up to become researchers and sought to investigate a way to break the curse. But the monarch discovered what they were up to, and we haven't heard from my parents since. Alright, so now we go over here. We're in the cave, it has music, it needs a little more decoration, but we get items! The bronze rod and the cotton robe. And you hear a voice, soft as a whisper. I'm not strong enough to overcome his power, but maybe I can weaken it. If I sacrifice all of my magic, I can contain some of his. Then maybe someone will be able to finish what I started. The voice sounded the voice sounded like your own. Perhaps it was some sort of memory. I don't know, but we can equip our stuff. I still need to figure out how stats work and all that. Once the main outline of the game is done, I'll have to figure out the level curves and the battle system and all that good stuff. So now we're out here. Also, hold on, let me turn off. Let me close one of my my browser is open. Let me close it. Hopefully that'll make the game run, or my input run without as much lag. Alright, so also we have a little sign. So it's this feature I want to implement. That girl said her parents were researchers investigating the curse, and so my idea was to leave signposts around areas that give you tips about just, not necessarily in-game information, but just kind of the lore around the curse. So this formation appeared as a result of the glacial curse. It appears to represent a symbol of some sort, but it is unknown what it could signify. Alright, so we come back here. And Calica says, how'd it go? Alright, now this dialogue should work. Huh? When you stepped on the burial ground in the northeast, you were transported to some kind of ice cave? And inside you heard a voice that sounded like an old memory? I'm not sure what it all means, but if the words in the song are true, then your power and memories might be connected to the glacial curse. Perhaps if you break the curse, you will also restore your full power and memories. The question is how to go about breaking the curse. The song talks about 3 keys being needed. Coincidentally, there are 3 areas in... let me make sure I wrote this right. There are 3 areas in Forbits where the effects of the curse are particularly strong. Rumor has it that each of these 3 areas houses an icy spell of unknown power. No one has been able to obtain these spells before, but if you really are connected to the glacial curse, maybe you could do it. I bet that these spells contain the rest of your power. I've just got a good feeling about it. So, there's only one thing to do. Find the spells, break the curse, and regain your power. This village is the southernmost area of Forbits. You've probably guessed this already, but the only way to go from here is west, through the forest. From there, head north to reach the other areas in the kingdom. Just keep traveling through each region until you found all the spells. Easy! And she should say that last thing again if we... Yep, okay. So now, we go this way. J and P L's are the... Yeah, J and P L's are the names of the parents, and I just used... I used letters from J Pizzle to make it.
I didn't even realize that till you said it.
Yeah.
J Piz Eli's is what I read.
Yeah, I mean it's not complete, but I just like took some letters from it. So now the trader's not in our way anymore. We meet again, Blue One. I see you've got yourself a weapon and some protective garb. I still think you'll be in over your head if you leave this village, but who am I to stand in the way of a young adventurer? I'm a merchant by trade, so let me give you a little something to help you out. So we get 5 potions. Good luck, my unusual friend. Maybe we'll meet again out there in the wilds of Forbits. And he's gonna be like the merchant that we see from time to time. We can buy stuff from him, but you can see he gave us 5 potions. And if we talk to Billy, he doesn't think we're suspicious anymore, but he wants to chew on our robe. And that's all we've got. So the last thing to implement for tonight will be we go out here, and Calica comes on and says, hey! Wait. I need to join you because I know the place, or whatever. Potions are the same as in Pokemon. Well, so far these items, the equipment and the inventory, are like the defaults that are already in RPG Maker. So I haven't made any changes to them so far. So I don't know the full extent of their effects or anything yet. I don't know how much HP it restores, but I think a potion is like the basic healing item. Okay, so now, last thing, I want to implement this. So we walk through here. Okay, so you walk through here, player touch.
You should be like, wait, I'm coming with you.
Yeah.
And you're like, why? Because if I don't come with you, get lost.
Set event location.
Ignoring what you tell her.
Wait, why can't I set... Oh, because she's not on this screen. Darn. Okay. But I think I know what to do. Alright. Well, anyway, I'll just have to put her over here. Except I don't know if I can put her on top of this. I guess I have to just make her appear over here. Oh, I know what to do. Make her invisible first. Alright, hold on. I need to copy and paste stuff. Could hide her in a different layer. I think the event layer only is only one layer. I don't know. I'll do it this way. I have an idea for how I want to do it, so I think I'll be able to make it work. I did learn a lot about events, so Actually, wait a minute. Yeah, that'll be fine. Okay. Alright, so then... Animation, player, nope, not that. Move route, player, turn right. Mimi should write the dialogue. She could do that. Alright, so condition.
Yo, real talk though, Banana is doing all the things that would have given me a mad head right now.
Like writing dialogue.
No, figure out what they're gonna say.
Writing dialogue.
Yeah. Like, I wouldn't be able to sit here and think about what to make people say in a video game. It's like, you'll have all these ideas to make a good video game out of it. And then it's like, well, what do I make all the cutscenes and the dialogue like? And that's like a whole different project on its own.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I didn't even think about that part. I was just thinking about how cool it would be.
Base it off of this little stuff right here. Paste. Alright, so. Alright, so I don't need that, or that, or that, or that. But then I'll do this. Transfer, it should be set event location, this event, and it should be here. Is it here? I guess it doesn't matter actually.
With Banana, you can what?
Okay, so then wait 25. So then what I need to do is set self switch, I guess. Self switch, A is on, and then a new page. Self switch A is on, and then Saldana says, I just want to say Hardy-Weinberg equations are really boring. What do you use them for?
Right? There's never going to be a time when you go outside and be like, let me pull out my Hardy-Weinberg equations out.
What are they?
Just be like, oh my god, this is like some really hard times right now. You know what would solve this? Hardy-Weinberg equations. And it's like, no, they wouldn't solve this at all. Yeah, it's biology, but it's like, what would you need them for? What do you need them for? Like, I can understand that teachers like to teach you stuff. More like they want to teach you stuff for the better, just so you know what things are in case you ever come across them. But it's like, I feel like you would never in a million years come across something that would require you to know Hardy-Weinberg equations.
Calculating frequencies of genotypes of populations at equilibrium.
That even sounds like you don't even need it.
See, I get how the things that bother me, like, not bother me, but I always related to, like, using math for things like physics and chemistry when you're calculating things that will happen in nature because they just happen, and, like, laws of nature, and then you express them in math. But I've always been a bit weirded out by, like, using math and statistics, like, in biology, I guess, in this case, and in, like, the social sciences, to be like, oh, we predict that this percentage of people will do this, or this, because, like, well, at least with the social sciences, I'm thinking more so, you can predict all you want, but people still are individual. I mean, I guess the predictions tend to be true when you start talking about, like, each individual person is unique, but when you start to talk about people in groups, their behavior tends to become predictable, so I guess it makes sense. But, so in biology, so you're talking about the frequencies of genotypes of populations, so is that, like, with any forehand knowledge as far as, like, are you given a certain, like, I don't know how to say it, are you given, like, some starting information, like, as a basis for which this equation helps you figure it out? I don't know if that's the right way to put it. I lost my train of thought too.
I mean, I can understand if people would want to be a biologist later on in their life, but it's like, unless they know that you want to be a biologist, they shouldn't really teach you stuff that they know you probably won't ever use. Is what I feel like.
Uh-huh.
It's like, hey, Miss Womberg, I kind of want to be a biologist later on. Hey, you know what? That's awesome. Want to know why? Because I got something real handy for you right here. You might not like it, but I won't teach it to you anyway. Instead of like be like, oh, you want to be an engineer? Let me teach you some frequencies of genotypes. You know?
Mm-hmm.
It's like, well, I'm never gonna need this while engineering stuff. But thank you for wasting my time teaching me nothing. However, you. And then your teacher's all like, no problem. Like, that's just not what I'm a fan of, where they just teach you stuff knowing full well that, like, more than half of the class is never going to be using this stuff.
BJanks87. Thank you for the follow.
Hey, BJanks. BJanks. How you doing? Glad you can make it. Yeah, like knowing the basics of every science is actually pretty good and handy. But I still personally believe that you don't really need to know them unless you're going to start going into those professions. but it is still really good conversation starters and topics because that always interests me talking about like science stuff and all that. It's just some pretty interesting conversation to me, anyways. You can do that? Nani? Okay, hold up. Let's not pull out these equations. I'm not trying to get ahead of tonight. Like, whoa, hold up.
So speaking of genetics and like whatever genotypes and everything like that, I did one of those like ancestry DNA tests a couple months ago, like, and long story short, well, the thing that's pertinent to this was that you could go and look at what traits your genetics say, yet your genes say you should have, or that they think your genes say you should have. So like freckles or cleft chin or attached earlobes or whatever like that. And apparently it said that I have the genotype for blonde hair and I may carry the gene for red hair. It's like, couldn't be farther from the truth, but okay. And hi, Sefman.
Hey.
Okay. I have to play the sound. Play. I wonder if I should do the same music effect as getting the item, or if it should be a different one. I'll listen to what my other ones are.
I'm a dev too. What does that mean?
A developer.
Well, yeah, but like, it's pretty cool that you're a dev. But what, you have some advice to give?
Yeah, I studied game design in school. However, never really went anywhere with game design specifically, and this is my first experience in RPG Maker. So, what kind of game is this? Well, we're kind of making it up as we go. We have the basic story about an ice mage who was sealed away and is getting their powers back to save the land from a curse. That's the quick summary. But a lot of stuff is just... This is just kind of an exercise in me and the chat. We're making it up as we go over the course of several streams.
There's no idea to how big the map will be or how long it will be at the moment. Like right now, it's just a thing.
It's a good game, that's what. Thank you, Nitro. So let's see. The sound effect is this. So that's been the get item sound.
Banana.
Actually, that would be a good one for a party member. Alright, and Self switch. New page. Self switch. See. Alright, so. Let me just
I'm using
do this.
MV, so it's different. I bet it is. How much different would you say it is in terms of comparison? The tile set? Yeah, it is pretty graphed out pretty well.
I might have to do a thing here.
What kind of thing? Is it a thing that requires a thing? Because no,
I have two events that could trigger this, and I need to move her next to you, so I'm gonna try to give her a couple steps to move towards. We'll see. We'll see if this works. I just have an idea. All right. So in order to test this a little quicker, I'm gonna set my starting location over here, so that I get the item, and then and I can skip right to the next part. We still have to deal with another cutscene.
Oh, you know what would be pretty nice?
What?
Make it so you have to return to this cave like every time you get a new spell just to unlock something new.
That would be interesting. I was thinking that the place where the spells are could give you memories.
Yeah.
XP is more script based. It seems kind of is, like, even though for the most part you don't have to write your scripts from scratch. Although you could if you really knew what you were doing on that deep of a level. Alright, blah 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 blah, we're going on here. Alright, so I'm gonna check. I also have to make her thing disappear over there. But let's try this. I'm gonna try it on the problematic tile first.
The problem child.
Yeah, she didn't.
The problem
she didn't
tile.
walk over to me. Alright, but let's see. Is she in the party? There she is.
Da-da-da. Come on, join your party.
I don't have. I made up her items, so they don't have icons. Like the wooden mandolin, the cotton cape. She has the cape because there's cape icons, but... Alright, so I have to fix this. I have to fix
What kind of
this.
weapons would a bard use?
I don't know, I have her using a mandolin.
Random mandolin. Just running around hitting people with a mandolin.
There should be a formula. There probably is if I learned the scripting side of it in here, where I could get her to... where I could get her to go to whatever tile the player is on +1x or whatever. Let me see. Can I do this? Can I do that? Actually, can I do it this way? Location. Maybe? No. Wait, here. Set event location. A point with variables. Actually, I can, but I can't. I mean, I would need to know a little bit more. Exchange with another event. Oh, I could really fudge this, actually. Alright, I could do with one of these. So, I'm up here, and I'd switch with that one.
I've never seen anything more true in my life.
Try set...
What row? That's my phone turning off.
Set move route, move toward player. I did set it, and it didn't happen. Ignore... Oh yeah, because the event's in the way. That's why. And she doesn't like to move down, for whatever reason. Oh, I know why. I could just put her... No, I can't put her over here. I could put her over here, maybe. I'll try that. I'll put her over there. It's a little... It's a little like, why would you do that? Why would you put her there? But I'll do that. I'll try that and see if that works better. I'll like put her here, and then she goes toward the player. Edit, retain, okay. No, it's because I don't know, because in my previous experience, it's the event that's moving is the player, not the event. Oh, duh. That is correct. I did have an issue, though, where when I had the event move toward the player, if there was another event in the way, it would not intersect the event. So, I don't know if that also has to do with it. Yeah, I got that. But I don't know if it's also, if that also has something to do with it. So I'll try it that way first, though. But yeah, in my previous experience, I was having an issue where if an event was in the way and the other event was set to move toward player, it wouldn't work. But again, we'll see what happens this time. The thing that's going to be interesting is playtesting at later stages of the game, trying to set up the player so that I can skip things. I don't know how. I'm going to have to, like, hard code some variables or something. I don't know.
Also, what kind of monster will you be adding to the game, too?
If an event is blocking the event move, it stops. Well, that was what I experienced in the last time I tried moving an event. But I'm gonna try it again and see. If this doesn't work, though, I can just swap. I can just have her swap places with the other event that I don't step on. So I think I have a way to do it regardless. Okay, good. She did it. Okay, good. She did it that time.
I might need a new phone.
Although I don't know if that's as elegant as just having her switch places with the event, to be honest. You have to navigate the event to move around other events, unfortunately. Oh well, good thing this time the other event, there was another way.
Oh, excuse me.
Oh, you know what I could do?
What can you do?
I wonder if I made that transition last a little bit longer. I wonder if that would... let's try that again.
Success!
Yeah, I just want to see if I can keep the screen black a little bit longer to mask her taking that step. I guess it doesn't matter too much. It's just one of those little polishing things. Yay, I started to lag.
Hey. You know what's fun?
What? What is?
Lag.
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 It's like the best, isn't it?
It's always the best. It's the absolute best, if you ask me.
Okay. Oh, well I should have walked on the lower tile, because that one doesn't matter. I gotta do it again.
I gotta do it again, because it's fun.
I need like a skip cutscene button. but just for playtesting purposes.
Yeah, just make a debug mode of it, just so you can have it there to just fast play through everything.
I have to figure out how to do that. Is there a speed up mode? I do not know. I just recently figured out that there are different buttons for like opening the menu and stuff, so I'm still learning that.
Hiccups.
Alright, so I have to go on the lower one to make sure it works. Actually, with how it already lags, I don't think speeding it up will be very effective. Yeah. It's not very effective.
Yeah.
Alright, let's just try to make this extra long and see if it has any effect. I couldn't tell if it had any if you really covered up any more of the animation, so I'm just gonna make it even longer just to see. Alright. Oh yeah, let me turn off my other background music playing for the moment. Alright. Let's just check, because to show that it works from over here also.
Actually, with how it actually lags, I don't think speeding up would be very effective. It's just for actually getting through the pre-made story a bit faster in Banana's case, because like she has to sit through it every time she wants to test something out.
Alright, that was better. I'm just gonna go for 60, and that should cover it up just fine. Alright, so let's actually go to the beginning spot again, and I'm not gonna read through everything this time, but I'll just kinda go through where I can read it all in my head.
Just imagine every time you just going through it, you just keep reading it over and over again, and it's like, oh, she won't shut up.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to figure out better playtesting methods. Again, for later in the game. And I have to have some kind of opening cutscene of some kind, even if it's just words against a black screen before we get to this point. But again, I think that'll come later on in more polishing part of the game.
Mood. I'm never gonna get used to that.
What?
Ever since we gotten to the point where it's been like -20 something outside, my pipes froze. So now they keep clanging and banging together loudly.
Lovely.
It's annoying. I'm already paranoid. Now I gotta sleep with this going on in my house. It's torture. But no, don't you ever want to like start off in the same zone you left off in? Just whenever you add some new stuff in.
What do you mean?
Like let's say you add something like near the end of the game.
Mm-hmm.
We both know you're not going to be playing through the entire game just to see if it works.
Yeah. The only thing that would... I mean, I could just change my starting position. The only thing is I just have to be careful with switches and variables that if I'm testing something at the end of the game, it doesn't require a switch to be triggered like way back in the beginning of the game. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or I could make like a teleport panel that just warps me to that later part of the game.
Alright.
Should add like a stump or something here so it gives Calico a place where she could have sat down and played the music. We plan on having save states. I suppose I could do that. Would that help? I don't know if that would help me in the playtesting or not. Because if I save the state the way it is... I don't know. I have to think about that. Could save the state once I'm happy with it. Yeah, true.
Sorry.
Hooray, SL Dino!
Hooray!
Alright, so that is the game so far.
Hashtag excited.
Yeah. Okay, so I just saw something I should fix now. With the timing of that thing, I should wait. Wait.
Hold up, wait a minute. Let me put my thoughts in it. Let me figure the stuff out. Know what I'm saying? You know.
Wow, that has some terrible grammar. The project really must have drained all my brain power. All I have to do is print my document and glue and glue it a poster, draw some diagrams, and practice my presentation. Glue it a poster. Glue it to a poster? Is that what the intent was there? Okay, so actually 1, 2, alright, back to my design of the forest. So 1, 2 is going to be the entry point. Yeah, 1, 3 to 1, 2. So I have to figure out that'll be the next stream. We'll be figuring out my design for the forest. But I can set up my teleportation points here. Let's see. 1, 3 to 1, 2. Oh yeah, and I have to make the other Calica sprite go away. Let's see, 1, 2, 3. So 3. Okay. I totally reread it before actually sending it, and I thought it seemed fine too, hence why it's probably a good idea for me to wait on making the actual poster. Yeah! You have a point there.
Pretty strong point.
Oh, I just realized if I make this a teleportation point, it's going to cause some issues, because if you walk in over here, you're going to go down and then it's going to teleport you, because if you walk into the event from any direction, it teleports you, which is still something I think I want to try to figure out if I can fix that or not. Oh, thank you for the follow, Sefman. But I think for now,
Hey.
I'm going to just put a thing on top of it and hope for the best. Oh, that was the wrong thing, though. Which thing was it? It's this thing. There we go. And then let me program the forest. So, 1, 2, 2, 1, 3. Clear touch. this one? Edit. Okay, okay. Alright, so let's test this out. Alright, here. Oh, whoops.
Womp womp.
I just created an exploit in the game.
An exploit.
Okay. Let me try to take care of that, by the way. Conditions. If... So let's see now if I can, if that fixed it or not. Okay, it worked. Okay. So I guess there's one thing I'll do before we finish it off, is I'll decide on the music for the forest. Because there's some music to choose from. Let's see. We'll start with the music. Is there actually music for a forest? I can't remember. No. There's music for a field, though. Also, we can change the pitch, which is what I've done for most of these. Not, like for the starting town music. The starting town music was... Which one was it? This was the starting town music. But I put it at 50% pitch, so it sounds like this instead. Field 2 is great. I don't know if this is good forest music, though. It's a little too chipper. Whoa, this music. This could work. It's a little too exciting, but... This one's not bad. Hmm.
Oh.
Just letting it sink in. Alright. What else we got?
Somebody pinged me. And my Discord is being slow for whatever reason. That's no fun. Oh.
Oh, this one's interesting. Okay, it's got a little bit of an Arabian flair to it. I have to remember that maybe for the desert.
Dessert?
Yes.
The dessert. Got it.
Oh, this one sounds like On the Water. This could be decent forest music.
I can click that? I've been noticing these little treasure chests appear on... Wait a minute, I'm like... Is she putting that there, or am I seeing... I click on it, I'm like, whoa. Got me plenty of bananas.
This one's not bad.
Also, I just read this meme.
What?
And I thought it was hilarious.
Okay.
It's basically saying, if you think eating healthy is cheap, your parents...
You cut out right at the good part.
I'm just gonna save it and then show it to you.
Yeah. Okay, so I like Slow 3, I think. I'm not sure which version of it I like. Trying to decide at what pitch. This one's not bad. Let's see, what's 100? Around 75%? Yeah. Yeah, I like that one too. Alright,
I'm gonna
we'll
go ahead
use
and
that.
send it to the stream chat.
Okay.
There you go. I've never read a meme so factual. Like I never felt that as a meme.
Actually, I guess I don't have to put this in for all of them, do I? I could. Let's see. I can buy 10 ramen or 1 apple. Yeah, I mean, it's hard to compete with 11 cents for 2 servings of ramen noodles.
Exactly. You can buy 1 apple or 1 pack of 10 packs of ramen. Either, should I have a healthy snack or a meal that will last me a week?
Right.
Like, it's an actual mood. It's a struggle mood. You ever had a bowl of struggle cereal?
No.
You don't want a bowl of struggle cereal.
Sounds difficult. Sounds like it doesn't go down well.
It's ice and water. It's ice cubes in a bowl.
I see.
You don't want struggle cereal. It tastes like water, and it doesn't even satisfy you. There we go.
Okay, so as I'm finishing adding this music, that'll be the next stream, I guess on Monday. That'll be the plan, is to start designing the forest and kind of implement some stuff in there. I guess we'll just go area by area. Like that.
Time to open up Steam. Cause I wanna take a look at this game. I would say its name, but I don't. Banana will get mad at me.
Interesting.
What?
That I get mad at you for saying the name of something?
Well, it's a
Whoa,
South
what
Park
happened?
game, so you can only imagine what kind of name
It's
South
a-
Park would come for
It's
a
a
game.
what? I can't...
It's a South Park game,
Oh,
so you
okay.
can only imagine that it probably wouldn't be stream appropriate.
I see.
It's one of those where it's you better not sit on my stream.
Okay, let me just check something. Okay, yeah, so this little effect here.
Ain't no holla back, girl. Stream. No, Steam, where are you? I get that confused sometimes. It hurts my feelings, TBH.
Alright, so let me... I think I'm gonna keep this, I like this fog effect thingy for the forest as well.
Yeah, it adds more of a serious nature to the game. There's like a bit more of a foggy starting area, and you're like, oh, this is spooky. Oh, this
Right,
is
and the
spooky.
forest is covered in trees anyway, so it can keep that darkness.
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 The darkness.
Okay. So last thing, I guess, and then I'll go back to my starting point and call it a night.
Sounds good to me.
Okay, good. We're properly dark over here. Wait, the fog effect is not here, though. Where was the fog effect? Oh, I remember why. Because it's only in this starting one. That's why. I gotta add that to all of them. Okay. In fact, this one have one? It does have one. It has its own one, so that's fine. I wonder if I should give this one, like, more of a green.
No. No, 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 no.
Let's see. Edit. Just ever so slightly. Let's see what this would look like if I put my person in here.
Good night, Dino.
Oh, okay. It's a little too green.
Play some Smash with me later, Dino.
Bye, Dino.
It's been a little bit, and I want to play more Smash with you sometime soon.
Yeah, I mean, the original one was more of a bluish. Yeah, and that works better. Alright, so I'll just use that one again for the rest of the forest. Okay, so now, just right here. Last thing, should be good.
Is it really this cheap right now? No.
Okay. Alright, so that's gonna do it for tonight's stream. Did a little more than I even thought we would.
I'm totally gonna buy this tomorrow. There's no reason for me not to.
Okay. So, anyway, yeah, so next stream on Monday, most likely, if nothing pressing gets in the way, we'll start designing the forest. It'll start, just like we did with this one, it'll kind of start with the layout, and then we'll do any other implementation of events and stuff that we need to. Thank you, Nitra. I don't know if I'll do encounters or anything yet, because I don't know for sure how I'm going to implement the battle system, unless maybe I'll use this area to kind of figure out how I want to do it. I don't know. We'll see. But that'll be for another time. That'll be for probably Monday. I hope you guys join me. If you have not yet joined my Discord server, I think everybody saw it that was new. Yeah, so hope to see you newcomers in future streams, and thanks, of course, to everybody who always is here. And that will do it for now. So, hope everybody has a nice weekend, and I'll see you on Monday. Good night.
Good night.